The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald is a song written, composed and performed by the Canadian singer-songwriter Gordon Lightfoot to commemorate the sinking of the bulk carrier SS Edmund Fitzgerald on Lake Superior on November 10, 1975. Lightfoot drew his inspiration from Newsweek Euro's article on the event, The Cruelest Month, which it published in its November 24, 1975, issue. Lightfoot considers this song to be his finest work. The ballad originally appeared on Lightfoot's 1976 album, Summertime Dream, and he later released it as a single. The release hit #1 in his native Canada on November 20, 1976, almost exactly 1 year after the appearance of the article that inspired it. In the United States, the single hit #1 in Cashbox and #2 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, making it Lightfoot's second most successful single, behind Sundown. Edmund Fitzgerald peaked at number 40 in the UK singles chart. The song is written in Mixolydian mode. Artistic license: the song contains a few artistic omissions and paraphrases. In a later interview aired on Canadian radio, Lightfoot recounted how he had agonized, while trying to write the lyrics, over possible inaccuracies till a friend in the music industry finally removed his writer's block simply by advising him to play to his artistic strengths and just tell a story. On the other hand, Lightfoot's personal passion for recreational sailing on the Great Lakes informs his ballad's verses throughout, thus amplifying its ring of authenticity. According to the song, the Fitzgerald was bound fully loaded for Cleveland. In fact, she was heading for Detroit, there to discharge her cargo of taconite iron ore pellets before docking in Cleveland for the winter. Captain Ernest McSorley had stated in his last radio transmission before the boat sank that they were holding our own. What the cook or any other crew member did or did not say will never be known. However, it is customary for folk music to include artistic renderings of a crew's final moments or speech, especially if it is unknown. Furthermore, it is doubtful if under the actual conditions of the gale, neighboring vessels would have been able to render any real assistance if the ship was heard calling for help or if the Edmund Fitzgerald managed to send out an SOS at all. The old cook in the song was actually a replacement for this particular voyage, as the normal cook was too ill to make this trip. Lightfoot refers to Mariners Church of Detroit as the Maritime Sailors' Cathedral in the lyrics. Lightfoot says that the bell was rung 29 times, once for each crew member aboard the ship. Internet sources often incorrectly claim that the bell was also rung once more in honor of all people who had lost their lives at sea, for a total of 30 times. Reverend Richard W. Ingalls, Sr., rector of Mariners Church, tolled the bell 29 times, not 30. The practice of tolling a bell a 30th time for all lives lost at sea began in November 10 memorial services following 1975. In a later live recording, Lightfoot recounts that a parishioner of the church informed him that the church is not musty. From that time, instead of singing in a musty old hall, he now sings in a rustic old hall. In March 2010, Lightfoot changed a line during live performances to reflect new findings that there was no crew error involved in the sinking. The line originally read, "At 7 p.m. a main hatchway caved in," he said. It is now sung as "at 7 p.m. it grew dark, it was then," he said. Lightfoot learned of the new research when contacted for permission to use his song for a History Channel documentary that it transmitted on March 31, 2010. Lightfoot has stated that he has no intention of changing the copyrighted lyrics. He will instead, from now on, simply sing the new ones in live performances. Chart performance, derivative works. In 1983, folk music artist Julia Eckler used Lightfoot's melody to compose a folk song about the abortive Apollo 13 lunar space mission. Titled The Ballad of Apollo 13, it was included on the album -10 and Counting, a compilation of songs about space exploration. In 1995, 2 decades after Lightfoot's original song was written, singer-songwriter Camille West recorded a parody song with a similar rhythm titled The Nervous Wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald, about a well-to-do family's disastrous day at sea. She recorded and released it on her album Mother Tongue that year. 10 years later, after she had joined the band 4 Bitchin' Babes, she and the band performed the song live, prefacing it with the comment, "With apologies to Gordon Lightfoot." It was included on their album of that year, Abbey Road. The Dandy Warhols released a cover titled The Wreck on their album The Black Album. Come On Feel the Dandy Warhols. See also Canadian rock, music of Canada, references. External links, full lyrics of this song at Metro Lyrics.